Today's session is on sales and customer acquisition. And I hope I already introduced Rajesh in the first session, so I don't think that we need another introduction. So I request Rajesh to start with the session.
Okay. Thanks, Akhilesh. Once again, a warm welcome to all of you. I'm able to see Arif, Deepanshu, Shatakshi, Abu, and Shubham. Okay. If I'm not wrong, last time I have interacted. Let me switch on my camera so that you should know to whom you're discussing. Okay. Are you able to see? Camera is open now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. So I had a conversation with the Shatakshi, Shubham, Abu already, and Arif and Deepamshu seems to be first time you're into this session. If it is okay, can you have a short intro from your side so that I can understand better about your ideation or product or whatever you would like to?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Deepanshu.
Am I audible? Yes, sir.
Yes.
So basically, I have attended other sessions पर आपके साथ से पहले and
Okay.
I am building Folks that stands for Freelance Outsourcing Community for Students, and we are helping students gain practical real world knowledge and same time helping business tap into these knowledge, these talent pool of students that have gained new knowledge.
Okay. So it's more of a like a resource pool or something which
Mm,
is going to be useful to students.
Sir, it will help students earn through first year of college itself. It is a platform plus a student development program.
Oh, okay,
Uh,
good.
so like Upwork plus something like Upgrad.
Oh, good. It is not only learning, it's also earning. Fantastic.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. And Arif,
Yeah. Good evening, sir. This is Arif.
yeah,
So I am building Krishi Grow, which is a venture to revolutionize agri-tech. We are developing solar-powered electric multi-utility vehicles that are sustainable, efficient, and affordable. So this very product is being ideated and manufactured, keeping in mind small and scale farmers that account for 86% of the farming population in India. And the machinery is battery powered. It has dual input like through grid and solar, and this is one of its main advantage. And it's a non-polluting and versatile machinery which comes with 16 attachments for doing diverse farming, gardening, transportation, and utility tasks, ensuring 365-day functionality. So this is a product that we are working upon.
okay. And that mean what I understand that this product is going to help them in on the field as well as on the road, both.
Yeah, both on-road and off-road vehicle.
Okay, super. Okay, very good. So once again, um, this is the third session. Okay, if I'm not wrong, having conversation with you. In the first two session, we understood certain extent of the marketing research and strategy. And in the second session, we as a startup entrepreneur or maybe ideator, or it may be as a leader, how exactly we need to acquire some of the skills to ensure that one we are doing the things in the right way. Okay, and today subsequently, your ideation has been done. You picked something in the market research and took out to do something, and you also acquired some leadership skills. Now, that most important in that funnel is the customer and the sales, right? This without these two, nothing is really relevant here. Matters, okay? The word, the sales, maybe sometimes it will be there or not, on and off. However, the customer will be there everywhere, whatever the action we do and whatever the function we do. Okay. Whether it's a purely product sales or service sales or maybe exhibition or a museum or even at home also, when your parents mother is prepares the food, right, she need to sell that food to the family members. That point of also we should think, because the the food prepared by mother, she has done proper research. Okay, what exactly the head of the family may require, our elders are required, kids are required, and all right. They did proper research, and also she applied that leadership skill. That one, okay, what items I have at home, what items I need to bring it and prepare and ensure that one, this food is going to be as a kind of a accepted by all the family members. So from this aspect to the go any of the product sales, the logic is simple. Let me place on the plate what my recipient or customer wants. Very simple. Okay. I do not see any kind of a uh, flow or example action where something is going to be placed which other side of the person or people not required or don't want, right? So this is that as simple. I I understood as a sales and customer acquisition perspectives. So that we are going to talk today. Okay. So I'm just today using the headphone because I don't know, from yesterday my voice broken. I could not able to make it as louder. That's why I thought of let me come closer to the mic. So using the headphones. Hope is it clear, right?
Yes, sir. It
Yes,
is.
sir.
Audible.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Thank you. So let me, as usual, I prepared few slides. Okay, again, some content, some slides, which is going to help us to understand these pointers in the business better. I'm trying to share my screen. Let me know once you're able to see my screen.
It's visible, sir.
Okay, I'm going to the yes, perfect. Now I think I just uh, switch off the camera because also bandwidth shows some kind of a only two. Uh, yes. Now I think I should be able to save some kind of a bandwidth. Okay. Once again. So the slide itself is going to give some certain extent of information or understanding to us. Okay. So the English word says sales and customer acquisition. And the right side we are able to see a lot of dots with the different colors. Okay, I am also going to tell what exactly it represents. And the bottom we are able to see customer acquisition. Okay, also a small miniatures around. Okay, so something is going to denote you have to attract as a magnet. Simple, right? So the sales or marketing is nothing but attracting the customer. Nothing great in that one, no magic in that one, no hidden um, options are here, right? And when you are going to attract, definitely you should have that what do you call the full cycle or recurrences. Okay, no sales is like a one-time sales generally. Okay, there may be, but nevertheless, in general, the sales is always recurrence. The customer is going to be a customer for the lifetime, right? So that's what I want to do. Thank you. And again, keeping customer in the center, we do many magics around us, around customer. Okay, and also we have to go in front of customer with a lot of new ideas, new ways of impressing uh, or confusing or maybe convincing many things. Okay, because I always understand one of the uh, golden pointer where my manager or my leader is to say that one. So we should try to convince our customer use only two C's. If the two C's are not going to work, as add one more C as a confuse. This is going to be happen in the sales and marketing. Okay, and it's an open secret. There is no any, uh, Okay, let's move to this next slide. Okay, the two slides are going to talk about more of the content English. I am pretty much sure that one, this is very basics for you when you're having such a brilliant idea in your brain that yes, let me do something as an entrepreneur, not as a student. That means you already upgraded from student to entrepreneur space. So when you had this upgradation within your mind or eyes or brain, or maybe with your heart, all these English wordings, whatever is showing here, it is definitely known to every one of us. There is no question or ambiguity or uh, uh, further notes here. But still, with respect to the sales, no, the sales and forecast goes jointly, as like the customer acquisition. Similarly, the sales and forecast goes jointly always. Okay, because as I said, uh, I do not see any classic example as a one-time sales. It's the recurrences. When the recurrences mean, we have to look for our history. Okay, historical data. Okay, previous sales, within that one, season wise, model wise, okay, and region wise, many things. Then based on that one, you should do some kind of a forecast, because nothing is going to come click of a button or a, just like in the fingertips. That needs its own time to prepare, process, and deliver. That's why the sales and forecast always goes parallel. Especially the third point, if you look into startup sales forecasting can be challenging because a new business does not have a lot of historical data to use. Obviously, right? That is what actually we are trying to see the what do you call that competitive product, or maybe parallel product, or maybe the the existing customer base is at the top. Okay, we are going to say, then we're going to decide, okay, this is what is close to my product or my process, or this is what that the demand is there in this segment, something like that. Okay, so again, um, if you look into that, there are many things will be there, but ultimately that key takeaways or takeaways is, for startup, sales forecasting is important for strategic planning and attracting investors. This is what the two things I wanted to say. I emphasize, okay, whether your startup is a self-funding or an investor, even if it's a self-funding, you are an investor as well as a founder both, right? You will be having a dual role play. That means you will be having a more um, responsibilities. And as a proper planning, that's what I given a couple of examples in the last two sessions, that the market research and customer penetration, customer acquisition is as important as developing a product. Okay, we cannot incline one side of the arena. Okay, so there are different methods for forecasting, of course. For existing product, this will be, and with the right data, a startup can clarify how business decisions will impact the growth, not only growth, even for the initial stage, right? So, especially for the startup, you should have that clarity, what product I'm going to give, where exactly I'm going to place it, and how exactly I'm going to influence the probable customers. Okay, and that will going to impact initial stage itself. Okay, it is not like a long term impact. Initial impact, and immediately that will be having this good bounce back of the impact, right? So, in nutshell, if I want to say again, what that product or service you're going to showcase to your customer, that is one of the most important thing in this today's topic subject. How beautifully or how carefully or how innovatively you are able to present your product to your customers or prospectives, or your own bigger spectrum of the audience, right? So next, let me have a fun slide, okay? Because always I believe, especially in this space, we should have inculcate the type of action is kind of a fun-based learning, fun-based earning, and fun-based doing. Okay, serious. should be there again in that some part of the fun will should be there. So this is what actually what I understand the sales or customer attraction or acquisition strategy. Okay, so the presentation plays a big role. Does not matter what you sell, you need to present your product and service in such a way that the people will get attracted. I'll give one or two example maybe throughout the session. So recently, I went to this big bazaar. Now it is a Reliance Bazaar. Okay, I see when we as a customer, no, we'll be going in a pattern, no, how exactly everyone is going to move in the gangways of the uh, Reliance Bazaar. So when we picked the bathing bar, so detergent, obviously the toiletries are going to be adjacent onto each based on the need of the one segment of the home, right? The next row was the paste, brush, and oral care items. So before entering to the oral care, I was able to see a big, what do you call, counter, or maybe you can add display board which says about the new formula of the Colgate Palmolive paste before entering to that one. That attracts the customer. I know that one. I am going to purchase the toothpaste. Nevertheless, this uh, I can say that one kind of a beautiful marketing model attracted me to go through and read through some of the information that on what that newly launched. And because of that interest, curiosity, we end up of buying that product on that day. Though normally we go to one particular brand, example Miswak or Dabur paste. Normally we okay. So that day, because of this thing, my mind is influenced. Also, the placing that new product in such a uh, critical or very important juncture after taking the bathing bar soaps. No, when before entering, this is placed. Okay, so this is similar. Many examples will be there. I think you might have seen that. Nevertheless, how we present the product is most important. Okay, so sales forecasting again, going one step deeper. When we do the forecast for a startups, again you have to see how many products I'm going to sell, or how many clicks will be there, or how many farmers are going to be going to purchase in one segment. Okay, unit sales, unit pricing also very much important in the new product, because customer never experienced about your product or service. Okay, when he's going to be experienced new, definitely is going to compare. One of the factor in India, the 68 or 65% of the commodities or customer or consumers are going to give first preference for the price in India. That's what that recent one of the index says. Okay, so average unit cost and cost of sales. Okay, all these things you have to keep in mind. Okay, as being a startup, no, because all this is a fresh and no historical data. So you have to see that one how exactly I can compare with something else in the similar category, a similar brand or similar space. Okay, and again is English. Okay, sales forecasting is not something that most startups get right the first time. There are many factors involved in the sales projections and growth predictions and market strategy decisions based on that one. Again, all this is English. Okay, yep, this is really interesting. I also understood the first time this is okay. uh, Among the startup, I don't use that failures, okay, word. Overall gone through a major hurdle or a challenge. In that 90% startup fail just because of the one simple thing with respect to the financial management. That's what it says. Only 16% pointed to financial problems. Okay, 90% of startups fails. Okay, and here in the left side, if you see how to increase customer acquisition and reduce the churn in your fintech platforms. Churn is nothing but the cycle. It cycle means it's also with respect to the pricing, costing, and recurrence of customers, the whole life cycle. Okay, how small, quicker, shorter the churn cycle is going to keep it, that much of good for your product costing and uh, cost of goods sold as well as the operating profit. Whatever you call it in the cost factors, so everything is going to be impacted. I just picked this one slide to okay. Okay. So again, as I mentioned, the sales is very direct process. Not much of magics because the magics has been done before the sales, a marketing, product development, or product branding, or a market acquisition, customer penetration. All this is a magics. Once that magic has been done, or the seeds what have been placed in those places, you're going to reap the uh, mm, sorry sorry okay, I'm audible.
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
Okay. So the sales is a straight forward process. That's what again I'm going to use more of a English in this sales and more of a pictorial visual uh, great examples in the customer acquisition. So so this is again uh, generating the lead and planning for the sales calls, meetings, post calls, follow up, documentation, presentation, and sign off. This is a general what you call the process of any of the sales. And being as a startup, we should also keep in one more additional point into our mind is competitors. So, because as I said, when you're coming with a new, innovative, or maybe unique feature which is not available, first time you're going to ignite that idea, then the competitors may not be there. However, when I read through one of the article in the startup, I think what I understand that 80% of the startup spaces we were able to identify the competitors. Only less than 20% only we could able to see no competitors. That means less than 50% is going to be match that product. That's what I understand. Okay. So again, further drill down of the sales cycle, identify the current customer base, okay, the lead generation and sales calls space. Little bit of drill down. Then you have to focus. Focus is not only with respect to the volume of sales, with respect to the multiplier aspect, maturity of the customer segment, okay, and who can really go into influence your product in the further upsell media, upsell place. Okay, all those things. Based on that one, you have to do the ranking. Then you have to schedule your sales calls, and also the logistics is one of the biggest thing where you have to be focused. Okay, how exactly I need to go one after the one, which is going to reduce my logistics time or maybe expenses. Okay, the sales overheads, something like that. So, and also researchers prospect company. Okay, if you have any competitors product or something, you should also research what exactly they are trying to do with respect to the product process and their marketing go to market strategy space. Identify the audience and then define the pre-sales support. Okay, so example engineers again, pre-sales is having a wide spectrum of the platform, the Pandora box. No, what and all we can do in the pre-sales, we can able to see in the some of the slides in the coming slides on the customer acquisition space. So plan meeting agenda and call and confirm the meeting ahead of time. That means always we have to keep customer into the confidence that one, hey, prospectus in this space example. This is what the time I'm going to come and meet you. I hope we both are in the sync and you're agree in this space. Okay, everything. So next slide, we are going to see a pretty monotonous or maybe the past 60 plus years what we used to understand about the sales, right? Okay, Uh, before, okay, now before going to this slide, I would like to know, I would like to pause sometime here. Is any questions, clarifications, or suggestion or inputs from your side? Hello, is it clear? Shall we go ahead?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks for confirming. So, this is where we used to have the then funnel. Okay, the marketing department is going to generate the awareness among the customer base, and marketing department is going to influence or place the seed in the customer mind that hey, this is what the product is going to come, this is what it's going to looks like, and this is what that benefits, advantages, uh, all other factors, cost factors, quality factors, and service factors, many things on that. Then sales is to take place. That means the customer was kind of a at the end. The process is going to ensure going the product to the customer at the end. Here, that customer was not involving that much into the sales cycle or marketing cycle. Okay, everything is more of a push kind of a model. Okay, however, now it is not that, right. Last, at least I can say that when 2000 onwards or 2005 onwards, the scenario of the sales marketing is totally changed. When we entered into the digital platform, e-platform, or social media, okay, all these things is changed drastically about many functions or many things around us in the business spectrum. So now, whatever we're trying to do, we have to keep customer into the center, and also have uh, a regular interaction, interventions, and also connect the customer before going to the market itself, before going to the ideation, or before going to the sales itself. You have to be interact. And also the if you look into the keeping customer in the center, the outer shell will be having one more segment called service. Okay, it is not only sales. Okay, now that service has a major part. Okay, again, if I'm not wrong or mistaken, maybe after a few years, the service may be going to be shrink because nowadays we are moving everything into kind of a use and throw space. Okay, so that is where one of the biggest, I don't want to say worry or challenge, the biggest change is going to be happen. Okay, even we know that one earlier we were able to see a lot of shops is to watch repairs. Okay, I'm pretty much able to see at least in my locality. Okay, in my area, I was able to see at least a 5 to 6 watch repair shops. But today, even if I go 2 kilometers of radius, maximum I may find one watch repair, clock repair person. Because now we don't have that kind of a time and patience to go for the watch repair or clock repair. Just use and throw. If you pay 400 rupees or 500 rupees, you'll get a new wall clock. Whatever the design, digital clock or graphics, printed clocks. Who will go to get the repair of the clocks? And other my recent experience uh, last month, I believe, when the first rain season started at home, sorry, in Bangalore, I just searched for umbrella. Okay, 2 or 3 umbrellas we used to have, and I vaguely remember that one umbrella was not working. Then I thought, okay, let it get repair. Okay, this umbrella because some branding I'm attached to that. Okay, that umbrella. I almost spent close to 1 hour looking for umbrella repair. Nobody. right? So this is where actually I thought of telling you all. Now we are moving into the kind of a use and throw space. So today the service is there. Tomorrow service may get shrink. Okay, and again the other side, flip side, the when we are going to talk about our go to market strategy and sales forecast and sales strategy, we should also think about the service is not only a product service, it is also kind of a mental service to the customers. Okay, so what it mean by, so example, uh, say example, if you look into the consumer goods, okay, soap, detergents, or paste, or whatever it may be, there is no service for that one. The service is mental service. That new word I understand from that day when I went to that Reliance Bazaar. Okay, so when they use this product, the product is going to give some kind of a mental wellness to that consumer. Okay, and before ending of that product, even when the 10 to 20% is there remaining, the consumer is going to start thinking that, "Oh, okay, next time when I go to Reliance Bazaar, I need to buy this paste." So this is the kind of a recurrence, and our service is one of the definition meaning what I understand from that, the marketing uh, ad or on the poster what they placed it there. Okay, so let us move to the next slide. Yep. Again, two more slides is going to tell about more of the sales meeting. Little bit drill down. First, we see that on how exactly the big picture of the lead opportunity convert into the sales. Okay. Then we understand about the sales calls. Okay. Now we are going to go one step below that meetings. When you go for, this is not only sales meeting, go to market meetings, marketing meetings, customer penetration acquisition meeting, any of the meetings, these are the key points we have to keep in mind. Okay, the make your introductions. Again, I think I might have mentioned that the last session, the very first thing that the human touch should be there. The customer or consumer or that person who's sitting on the other side, he should know who you are before the product and service, right? So certain extent of the influence you're able to make it as a person itself, need not to take the support of the product and process. Okay, the trust factor I can say, or that the pitch, the voice is going to matter. Okay, so make that introduction to your prospective customer or whatever you say. Define then confirm the prospect's objectives for what purpose we are here, and the objectives and the business need, and contributing factors from your side and customer side. Okay, present possible solutions, and conclude as a kind of a handshake positive deal, like yes, you're ready to have this new product experiencing, okay, which is really different in the market example, whatever it may be. Okay, so again, one more English content. Okay, so the post call, after the call, many people, many executives or companies or whatever we, they try to forget about that customer or discussions. They are into the influence mood of just placing the product to him, or delivering the product to them, or giving the product, selling the product. That's it. Many of the scenarios, okay, be it in an IT product sales, be it in the consumer goods, or be it in the automotive products, all these areas, one of the general factor it's been seen, once the handshake it taken place, the s- marketing team or sales team mind is going to drive towards placing the product in their hands. But there are few things we have to really focus that. So send a summary of the conversation, whether email or a WhatsApp or a thank you letter or phone call after a day or two, whatever it may be. Ultimately, ensure that one, you have a summarization of the call with the prospective and customers. Okay, thank prospect for the meeting, recap the meeting, and review the agreed upon next steps and state future intention. What exactly next things is going to be happen? Even though the product is going to be delivered tomorrow, just a day before making a call to that prospect, it gives a lot of positive vibes before reaching the product to them. Okay, so again, next few lines are pretty simple with respect to the automated process of the sales. Okay, maybe the last slide on the sales side. Next slide, we are going to, yeah, two slides are there. Okay. Again, when we saw that the first funnel is more of a marketing and sales, then the second flywheel has come into the picture is a more of a marketing, sales, and service also going to be come into the picture, keeping this customer into the center. Here again, whatever we discussed in the text content, okay, which is put into kind of a, cycle or cycle or churn rate. That's what in the initially what we discussed. Okay, generating the lead inbound or outbound, whatever it may be, and marketing qualified lead. Okay, again, the leads will be having every sort of leads, but you have to take out that bad data. Okay, by applying some of the measures and pointers and some kind of a inspection filters. Okay, take out that bad data, then finalize a really qualified marketing lead. Only those leads you have to invest your time and energy. Okay, not all the leads, so that you can save your effort, energy, and cost. Okay, your marketing go to market cost. Okay, then once it has been done, once your handshake has been done and everything, convert that into a sales qualified lead. Okay, the sales team is going to take it further. Okay, okay. If it is a ready-made product, the sales will take place. If not, they'll convert it that into the opportunity, kind of a tender process. Okay, all this is kind of a converting that sales is up. Next level is the opportunity and the proof of concept, and then they delivering the product or uh, okay, something like that. So once it's been closed, again onboarding takes place. Onboarding means delivering the product, installation, all those things, and again the cycle is going to be start. But here the important thing is in the right side is okay, what which team is going to take care of what. Okay, and again this is very generic. Being a startup entrepreneurs, definitely will be knowing all those things. Okay, marketing team and sales team should work hand in hand to distribute their uh, line of control or maybe the responsibilities among the teams. Okay, and also the handshake, handoff, that is most important. Many times we fail with respect to the handoffs. Okay, I can tell you one of the story which I heard a long time back. Most of you may be knowing that one, or I'm pretty much sure you might have born after that scenario. The earlier, the fridge mean in India, there are only two fridge. One is that Voltas fridge, another one is a Godrej fridge. Only these are the two players were there in India. Okay. Then Calendar also started penetrating the market. Okay, the two, three players. The one survey says how the Voltas lost the market, though that was one of the top most quality product and also trusted brand because Voltas from Tata's, right? So lose the market is this is the one of the factor. The marketing hand up to the sales hand up to the customer service or success team was absurd, not up to the mark. Okay, that is one of the biggest lesson even today. If you go into the management, if you have any faculty or a trainer who's at least 50 plus years of age, like me, so definitely these stories or these examples are going to be come into the picture. How Voltas is lost the market share in the market. This is nothing but that end of space. There was no proper coordination between the marketing and sales to customer service or customer success or customer relations team. A lot of challenges. Product was really good. Okay, and similarly, maybe one more example. You may be knowing that one again. This is back to before 2000. In India, if you look into the trucks, there are only two trucks you used to see. One is a Tata truck, or the other one is Ashok Leyland. If you look into the weighability and the cost factor, the Leyland trucks is much above the Tata trucks with respect to the what do you call the return on investment space and the other side of that weighability space, mileage and everything. Because of the one small gap of that service network and the customer relationship team lagging in the Leyland, and whereas the other side, the Tatas in that segment, automotive segment, the truck segment, they had a very big network. So that's why they used to rule the market for a long time, even today, of course. And Leyland is always next to the Tata. They never able to compete, even though their product is uh, certain point or certain areas is much better than the Tata. Same thing with the Maruti, right? When earlier we had a players in India only Premier, Padmini, and Ambassador, and when the Maruti hit the road, the biggest advantage or biggest framework they did Maruti is setting up the showrooms and service centers every uh, capital cities and district multiple places and also nook and corner of the areas of making that authorized service centers of the Maruti. That's why they capture the market in the beginning. Of course, the product itself they bought into slightly a different product from Japan collaboration, but this is also one of the factor that on how exactly their end of marketing influenced the sales team influenced the services team to keep the things ready for consumer, keeping the customer in the center. Okay, so I think this is the last slide for the sales again, pretty standard bullet points. Okay, after the sales again, prepare the proper documents. Okay, review the documents with the further prospect. This is what the history of the sales. This is what the customers give the feedbacks and all, and proposal and request for the sale. Sign the document, close the sale. Okay, again this is a small cycle. Nothing great in that one. The okay, so now the other part, a second part of moving into the customer acquisition. Before going to that segment, any question, clarification, or ask further information on the sales side? Okay, so that is not the case. Let's move further. Okay, this is what I mentioned in the beginning. No, the all magics will takes place in the marketing side of the business. The sales is monotonous job. Okay, the slightly simple compared to the your marketing and customer acquisition or customer penetration, whatever it may be, right? And here the key things what we have to see is every startup faces the fundamental challenge of acquiring the customers. After all, your innovative product and service is only valuable if there is a market willing to pay for it. That's why a well crafted customer acquisition strategy is essential for sustainable growth. In fact, around 44% of companies rate acquisition as the most important goal for their marketing and sales teams. So that means here the this statement gives the weightage, value, or we time and energy you have to invest on the customer acquisition space. That means almost equal to your product development. Whatever you're investing the time and energy, same thing you have to give importance and investment this side. Okay, and again, definitions both as pointers, which is really very basic and fundamental for every one of us in this uh, area. But again, the third point, again, more important is the startup space. As a startup founder, you're likely balancing countless priorities because, as I said in the first call itself, your your mind is running with respect to the product improvement, product development, feedback, and the investment money space, and then other side is a marketing sales side. Many priorities will be there, and everything you have to plan in a such a way that your strategy and your time frame and your planning should have a reservation for everything uh, with respect to the whole new product till it reaches to the customer space. Okay, from product development to securing funding. Okay, even though it's a self-funding, diligent you to see how exactly I can spend the funding. Okay, customer acquisition might seem like another daunting item on your to-do list. However, investing time and resource into developing a solid customer acquisition strategy early on will have a significant impact on your startup long-term success. This is what one thing again is a toggle. Your market research and strategy and customer acquisitions goes hand in hand. Okay, and that's what these are the magic boxes. Okay, and you're going to reap that benefits through sales cycle. And again, the more you invest the time and energy in this space, and you're going to have a success in the long term on the some product sales. Okay, whether it's a startup or maybe enhancing the product, both. So before going to the one more beautiful slide, next slide now. Again, this is very fundamental understanding. Okay, what is customer acquisition? Successful customer acquisition strategies combines sales, marketing, and more to get new customers on board. See, this is what one of the factor. Again, depends on the product. If product you're going to develop slightly a certain degree of improvement in the existing product, then you have to look for the existing customers, stealing existing customer as well as the new customers. Okay, so your combined sales, marketing, and other things are going to be consume lot of time in your side because your product development is less because you're enhancing the existing product which is in the market. Okay. And the second bullet point again, customer acquisition is how a company turns a potential customer into a new customer. Some example of customer acquisition is include email marketing. All this is we're going to uh, look into some of these slides. Okay, what are the different types of channels where we can uh, connect or approach or go to our customers or prospects. Okay. Then the last one is the purpose of customer acquisition is to help a company earn more business using the power of different teams, channels, and strategies. Okay, and this is also very simple understanding. Now let us look into this slide. Just I would like to pause here, and also I want to open the forum to understand what is this two difference in the customer acquisition. There's a big difference is there in these two. I'm just taking water. Sorry. Okay. Any one of you?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, I think this shows either create demand or fulfill a demand
Sorry.
or acquire a customer. I think this shows either create a demand or fulfill the demand
Okay.
to acquire
Okay.
customers.
One perspective. Then other perspective.
So I think they show acquisition of different types of customers because I can see that the magnet in the second one is like two kinds of like North Pole and South Pole.
Okay. Good. One more perspective. Yeah. Any other understanding perspectives here?
Like they are also accusing ac uh, attracting customers via the show off or the social media things like the magnet is on the opposite side on the people which are not using the utilities and other ones are showing that.
Yes. Yeah. That's also one more perspective. Definitely. Yes. Okay. Let me also give one more perspective, which I have gone through that long text on of the website. What it says, the customer acquisition is not only one person responsibility or one department responsibility or one channel responsibility or one team responsibility of attracting the customers. Okay, here that's what we are able to see a one hand. Whereas this slide gives a different versatile set of customers is going to be able to attract with the different channels. That is number one. Number two, as an entire organization, as a cumulatively, everyone has to put your effort to make this magnet more powerful. It is not only one person or one team responsibility. The entire organization, even if it is in a startup, if you are having a 3 or 4 members of a team, everyone has to put their own efforts in their own ideas in the customer acquisition and use every channel. It is not that one man army or maybe one department responsibility. Something like this, I understood when I gone through that entire article. That's why from that article, I picked these two pictures. So whatever you give an example, 100% sense makes sense. And using the different of digital media or showroom sales or maybe market stars, okay, ads on the mobile, everything. So by seeing that picture, but this also represents a CEO or maybe a manager or a sales team or a customer relationship team is going to work seamlessly integrated to ensure to give more power to this magnet. Ultimately, the sales team is going to ensure that attracting more customers to this magnet. Is this make sense?
Yes, sir.
See, nevertheless, whatever you give examples, everything is going to be able to convey these pictures. One more version of understanding when I gone through that article, I understand this perspective also. It is not one person or one team or one department responsibility attracting the customer. It's everyone's responsibility and use every channel and use every segment. So this is where that customer acquisition comes into the picture, that it is not only one man's baby. If you look into the other things like a product development, it's only a product planning and product development and production department's baby. Others will really not do not really influence them. Departments, they know where to procure the materials, what will be the cost, the best price what they can procure, and also they can get maximum discount or maybe long payment terms. All those things they know. Others cannot influence, even though they want. Okay. So, however, when it comes to the customer acquisition, everyone has to be given their eyes and ears and heart and mind that, oh, I understand. The founder of one says, sort of, hey, yesterday when I was discussing with one of my subject matter expert or family friend, he has given this is the idea. Okay, there's one more segment of penetrating the customers, right? So I'll tell you uh, mm, a recent example. Okay, before going to the next slide, one more beautiful pictorial slide. Uh, One of my friend is a CEO of one of the IT company. He is also having a hobby of writing the uh, books, and his third book has launched or released. I think 3 days back, I believe. Yeah, Wednesday. Yeah, 3 days back. Okay, so 2 weeks before when I met him in one of the conference of fireside chat lecture session somewhere, we were just discussing, and he mentioned me that one, hey, I'm going to launch this book. Okay, as a physical book as well as the e-version both. And in Bengaluru, I don't know if you are from Bengaluru, we have 4 to 5 big book stalls where that last a big number of footfall will be there. So he was mentioning that one, okay, we need to really ensure that one these books should be placed into the stores. Okay, that's what he was discussing with me. Then immediately I just discussed with him, hey, I know one of my good friend is a very close aide to one of the biggest bookseller stall in Bengaluru. Maybe I can help you uh, in this uh, placing the book in that store also. We went to that store. Okay. See, again, what I'm telling is the book is written by my friend, and he is already having a tie-up with one of the publisher, and publisher is having a tie-up with all these sellers. Everything is there as a one person, or maybe because since it's a he wrote that book is author, it's normally one person effort, and he connected the publisher and everything has been done, and the publisher knows his own way of placing the books and making some marketing, the LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and here and there Instagrams and all, so people can buy that book. When I went to this store, which is the I think second largest or biggest or influencing bookstall, where the owner is a good friend of my good friend. We went that stall and we were saying that one. Sorry. Okay, okay, this is the place this book is going to be selling, and that publisher also having a tie with them. Mm. When we went to that particular rack, the segment where exactly this IT related books are going to be placed, okay, so there are 5 or 6 levels of shells in the shell. That levels are there, and it is a close to around 5 meters or 4 meters length. That shelf, the whole that entire shelf is more into this segment of the books. Many books will be there. Then we also observed that the book is placed on uh, the lowest rack, okay, and in that lowest shelf. Immediately I said, hey, why can't we place this your book, new book, in the arm reach level? That is a above 3 feet level. That means third or fourth shelf out of five, which is eye catching for a who is going to come to the store. Immediately I spoken with my friend. And he said, hey, if I want to keep this book into the third or fourth or fifth row, you have to give the premium to me, extra money. So this is where I'm just trying to say, I also join hands to progress or improvise or influence that marketing. Then I discuss with my friend and negotiate a small pricing. Then we ensure that when the books are going to be placed in the fourth shelf, that is our arm reach level. Any customer comes immediately, his eyes are going to be glance on that books. So again, it is not only one person. This is one small example which has happened to me personally uh, uh, within these 2 weeks. How exactly we have to place the product and the place, timings, visibility, all those things is going to matters. Okay, and also it's a team effort. That's what actually I just wanted to uh, share with you all. Okay, so when we're going through this sales and customer acquisition, it's more of a funnel. You're able to see funnel and wheel, funnel and wheel, funnel and wheel. Because as I rightly mentioned in the beginning itself, the sales is not that it's going to be happen in a click of a button or a magic. It will be going through a lot of channels, a lot of levels, layers, okay, and also a lot of strategies and the filters going to happen. It's like a funnel. Ultimately, the last portion is going to ensure the volume of your sales, not the beginning portion of the funnel. Okay. So here, if you look into the right side, very first you should create that awareness about your product and service. I'm pretty much sure, suppose if you, Deepanshu's case, no, he might have done a pretty big mass marketing and awareness among the students of, hey, this is what that place platform where you can learn and also you can earn. Okay. Otherwise, it is very difficult. By placing one small poster in one of the notice board area, these things will not happen. You have to create that awareness. Okay. Whereas the other side, last week when I discussed with Shivam Gupta, the drone for army, uh, Delhi police. No, it's a more of a point-to-point kind of a conversation and influencing the segment where we have to go to the army personnel and discuss with them, make them understand, and sell the product. But this is not like that. So depends on the product and service. We should choose a channel and the platform which is going to create the maximum impact or value addition going to come from which channel or platform. The awareness should go in a widespread. Then consideration. This is what the most important point. No, we have to connect your product and service to this prospective or customer. I think most of you might have seen one of the WhatsApp joke, which has come multiple times. How a salesperson in one of the Dubai side, he was able to sell a camping equipment as a holistically, where that customer came to that smaller shop just to buy one headache tablet. Okay, I don't know how many of you gone through this joke or this uh, notes in the WhatsApp University. Is anyone of you remember a customer came to the mall just to buy one headache tablet? He end up of buying the camping equipment set totally.
No,
Is
sir.
anyone?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. Maybe if you're okay, I'll just try to give that small gist of that uh, story. A customer came to mall asking for the headache tablet, and that sales guy, a typical Indian guy, was as what written in the WhatsApp University. He asked why you want a headache. He said, I have some big challenges I'm going through at home. So because of that stress and strain, I got a headache. I need a. Then he said, hey, the headache tablet is going to kill the symptom of that point of time, not in a long term. You have to look for the long term resolution of this challenge. Then his eyes are open. What do you mean by? Then he said, hey, if you want to really come out from this one, you have to go with somewhere outing in the best place, you and along with your family, so that you can get rid of this thing. You can have a good conversation with your family members and you can come out from this stress and challenge space. Why do you want to go for the headache? Only for today is going to be cure and tomorrow again is going to be start. He said, yes, yeah, good idea. So then he said, why can't you go for a forest area or maybe whichever the place you feel good and stay for in a lush green? Then he said, nice, that's a nice idea. Let me go. Then he asked the question, do you have a tent, everything as a set in at your home when you're going there? He said, no. Then why can't you buy the tent? So he sold that tent and accessories, everything. Then he said, where exactly you're going? Okay. He said, this was the place I'm going. Then he said, hey, I went to this place last time. There is a beautiful river, pond is flowing there nearby, and lot of fishing opportunities are there. He said, yes, because you know that some people are very crazy about the desert safari and the fishing and all. And he he sold that entire fishing kit to him. Okay. So then he said, okay, fantastic. You're going to enjoy your uh, holidays or with your family with the tent and fishing and everything. Then he said, how exactly you're going to plan? He said, I'm going to my in my truck. I said, hey, why you want to really waste your time and energy by driving yourself, and why can't you relax at the back and chit chat with your family where we have our tourist operator in our uh, place. He can drive for you as a chauffeur and enjoy your family trip. Then he sold the tour package also to them. So that means he came for the headache purpose to purchase a tablet, and this guy is connected with the customer. He sold everything to them. Him. So this is at WhatsApp University. Just I thought of so like that. When you go to sell any product, no, you should connect with that customer. What exactly he wants? What is his need? How exactly this is going to be fulfilled? Okay. My guru. in this space, is also one of the great motivational speaker and corporate trainer. He always tells one thing to me: a salesperson or a marketing person, I agree, is a successful sales or marketing person, one who can sell a refrigerator to the person who's sitting in the Jammu and Kashmir. Sorry, Kashmir, not Jammu. Is Kashmir is required a fridge? Any chance? No, right? So, but still selling a refrigerator to them is a really great salesman. Not selling the refrigerator in the Delhi region. So that's what always used to tell. Okay, so like that, we should try to connect and we should try to make him understand how exactly this product or service is going to be useful to you. And then the conversation. Conversation is not only talking with your prospective or customer, it's more of a all your communication with that customer, as we already discussed now. Uh, have a proper meeting and make acknowledgement email or thank you letter, and after before delivering the product, make a conversation with them. After delivering, ensure that when you make a hand of your service team, all this is comes as a package of a conversation. That's also more important in your market customer acquisition funnel. Then after doing that sales, the retention is most important, because this is where that recur- recurrence or maybe customer going to come back to you. Depends on again the product and service. So majority of the sales are you're able to achieve without having any investment or expenses, because uh, a recurrence customer, you needed to once again convince to them. Okay, is it make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so move on to the next slide. Again, two slides are having a lot of content here. Again, this is very basic information to you all. If my understanding goes, okay, some of the strategies have a great website very fast. That website you will push into your social media in SEO, search engine perspective, and improve your mobile experience. If at all, if you have an app, also improve that experience so that in a click of a button, customer should be able to understand more and more. And use your artificial intelligence to make some influence. Also read the customer mood and um, occurrences, clicks, to better to acquire your customers and give sales team visibility into customer data. There's what the connect space. Salesperson should go to the customer with all the information what your marketing team had 100%. That means that the whole information should pass on to them. This is one of the beautiful thing in the ERP products, because I'm coming from SAP. Uh, if you look into our CRM module, the lead and opportunity information is going to be placed till the sales and service takes place at the history, so that anyone is going to be connect with that customer is going to understand about the history and conversations of that customer or prospect. No, okay, that's what that next point says. The use CRM software, which will really help. Otherwise, only oral handoff or maybe written document handoff may not be able to help us a great extent. Again, depends on the oh, the size of the startup and investment and how much we are going to spend money for all this. But this is one of the strategy. Add services on top of existing products and services. Okay, again, if you're improvising some product, add some existing product and service. I can give one more example here, which is the invisible marketing strategy of your Horlicks, Bornvita Boost. Uh, how many of you use this health drinks? Horlicks, Bornvita, or Boost? Is there any of you using or purchased anytime?
Yeah, like when we were 10 years old or something.
Okay, when you're all in a schooling, you used to drink. Okay.
Sir,
Anyone
I,
else?
I still buy Horlicks.
Good. See, the great marketing strategy or maybe customer acquisition, I can give one example here also. If you observe Horlicks or a Boost or a whatever the health drink, even today, if you have a cover in your at your home, you just go and check. Today they'll be having a pricing example, say 400 rupees per kilo packet. Okay, and during January they give a ad of, of 10% more Horlicks. Okay, and it's going to come big ads, newspaper, TV, television, that this everywhere they will ensure that no, that 10% is going to be bombarded with our customers. Okay, again the weighment, right? Kilograms perspective. If you look into that one, the 9 or 9.2% only Horlicks will be getting extra. Remaining is that wrapper and or whatever it may be. Okay, the so 9.2% Horlicks they give extra for a month of deliverables or manufacturing mm, goods. Okay, you see that always larger packet of 10% more. Also, they do a systematically that packing also. It looks little bit bigger. They may reduce the shrink the volume or size, and they ensure that one no, when placing in the stores, the regular Horlicks and 10% extra Horlicks always show a little bit bigger one, so that consumer easily can go and buy that only 10% extra, 10% extra, 10% extra. Nowadays, nobody will see the pricing. Okay, now you got the 10% extra in January, February, March example. April, they will increase the price to 425 rupees kilogram. And the 10% is going to be there in that pocket. Okay. So see that logic. What they given the product 10% 3 months, they're going to take that money, that 25 or 30 rupees extra next 9 months. And you end up of buying the Tarlix throughout the year, right? By paying 430 or 425, 440 rupees, whatever it may be. So by giving 3 months extra 10%, they reap money next 9 months. That is becoming fixed 430 or 440 rupees. This is a common cycle for this Boost, Horlicks, and whatever you see. If you have at home, even today you can see, and this you can. Okay, this is one second. No, how exactly can top up, upsell, or absorb some challenges at that point of time, January, February, March, and then April onwards you reap that money. Have you anyone observed this one trick, marketing strategy of Horlicks, Boost? I think you're all gone to see the Horlicks or Boost packets at home kitchen. Hello.
No, sir, we are here, but
Okay.
have not got her like.
You got the point, right? So this is also one more adding the service. I don't want to make it straightforward connection here. The services, add services on top of existing product. It's more of a adding value at 10% for a 3 months and increase the price from April to 440 rupees. You reap the money and listen to customer feedback. Invest in the customer experience. See, this is most important. I think if you go and see today, earlier, at least in Bangalore, I can give example. When you go to any hotel, what we used to do, you pay the money in the cash counter and take that coupon or slip and go and give to the one place in the self-service wing. You take the food and consume it and come back. That's it, right? And in some luxury hotels, you'll be sitting as a la carte, and the waiter will come and serve the food. And last, some hotels used to give a small feedback form after the no, like a star hotels only generally. But today in Bengaluru, you can see most of the hotels where they have that online digital wall to book your food, take the coupon or token, like Rameshwaram, I think one of the classic example, some of you may be experienced in Bengaluru. He made that kind of a digital wall where even cashier also not required. Just you pick the food items there and it create the your QR code and pay the money and you take that slip and go to the your refreshment serving area, you give that slip and you get the food. Okay. Immediately after that one, in that the slip in the bottom, they are also given a small uh, barcode or QR code. While coming back, if you scan that one, you will get on feedback survey. You can give the feedback. How was it masala dosa? How is the idli? How is the vada? How is the pongal and all? So now the hotel, I never seen this kind of a self-service restaurants asking the feedback in my lifetime. Okay, I'm 50 plus years. Today they are also come to that stage to understand, even though it is a one-time sale. See, normally these hotels, no, the floating population, right? It's kind of a one-time. Whenever you're traveling, just you consume and go. You may come, may not come to that hotel. General floating population, but still they want to understand about the feedback. They ask only three questions, I think. The time it's taken to serve you, and the food quality of presentation, and the taste. That's it. And one to five, the ratings. That's it. These are the three things is going to helpful for them to modify or improvise their products very well. And also customers are happy. Yes, they would like to know how is my experience. Just self-service hotel also started this feedback. I really amazed. Okay, example. You should invest in that customer feedback and experience also. Okay, so before going to one more pictorial slide, again, so simple flow of your customer acquisition strategies. Create a clear strategy, generate demand, keep track of what you are spending. This is more important, especially in these startups. You have to control on your spending, especially for the marketing and sales space, because it is not going to reap the returns immediately. And you can also avoid some of this, because all these things we consider as expenses. Okay, example. Create a unified messaging plan. That is what that handoffs or whatever it may be across your ecosystem, whether it's a manufacturing, quality, procurement, sales, marketing. No, you should have a common messaging plan. Everyone should know everything, because everyone can add value to your product and services. Review platform optimization preference, define and market to your ideal customer, and communicate regularly with your team. This is more into a communication, internal communication and external communication. So this is again a simple bullet points or a flow which is common to any of the industry, whether it's a startup or maybe new entrepreneur or a competitive product manufacturer, or it may be. So the next slide is going to give a little bit more informative slide and also a lot of things to digest. Okay. So the customer acquisition representative is responsible for acquiring new customers through outbound and inbound inquiries. This position is responsible for reaching out to the potential customers, delivering a sales representation with passion, commitment, courtesy, and professionalism. See, this is what more important, which we have to adopt, especially during the customer acquisition, marketing, and sales. Because I think on the leadership day, I given one simple example. No, while hiring, uh, when we are hiring for production team, we see some of the characteristics with the candidate. Okay, when you're going to hire with a quality department, some different characteristics we need to see. Similarly, when you go with the hiring for our purchasing team, procurement team, different characteristic we should see. Not only qualification, the soft skill, the characteristic of a human being we have to see. However, when you're going to hire for a sales and marketing, these four should be there with that candidate. The first thing is passion. The candidate should have a passion to interact, discuss, deliberate with the customer for his product, okay, and for his growth. It is not that one, okay, what you want, take this one. Okay, it is not that, right? You should have that passion. You should not work only for a kind of a sake of a job or employment or salary. You should work for his passion. And the commitment, this is more important because, as I said, once you connect the customer from the lead up to the sales and service, you should connect with your customer. That means you should have that kind of a reminder, kind of a mentality and attitude that salesperson or marketing person, whoever it may be. And the again, courtesy is nothing but a smiley face. I always believe. Okay, so this should be there with the sales and marketing people. And at the last is the professions, the attire, and how you deal with your prospects and customers. Uh, Do you all agree this four soft skills for a sales and marketing person, people or force?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because see, today you today remember when I used to work in a manufacturing company, the tractor company. I think who's that Arif? Okay, I am coming from the background of the tractor manufacturing company. 10 years I was there in TAFE, Tractors and Farm Equipment Limited, and I worked with different departments. I was there in small tenure in the quality control department, maybe for a year. So when I hired a junior engineer that time, once again, I come to know from my manager that time, you hire a person who will be having a lot of suspicious in his mind. Okay, that is what I really shocked. What is this? Quality department or inspection department? Why I need to have a suspicious? Then he, and then that definition today, because of our maturity, the definition is very simple. But that time in 95, 96, I was curious to know why I should have seen these kind of skills in that person. Because in the quality control and the inspection department, the person, that executive or engineer, should see everything as a question mark, and he should see everything as a suspicious. Is it a failure? Is it really tighten the nut and bolts? Is it really made the proper painting, which is not going to come? Everything he should see as a suspicious. He should satisfy himself. That means that quality has been cleared perfectly. It goes to customer in a good quality. Example: someone was, I think, talking in between. Maybe we talk cross that. Anyone would like to say anything here? Okay. So this is what the parallel cycle or flow or funnel, I can say. When visitor footfall, what we say, it comes, you have to ensure that one those people should have that awareness about your product and services. Okay, through social media, digital advertising, or SEO technology, or flyers, whatever it may be. When it converts into visitor to a lead, okay, you have to educate that lead in a better way about the capabilities of your product. Now you're coming from 5,000 feet level to 1,000 level feet to make that lead understand about your product. Okay, once you understood that this lead is going to be my prospective customer, then you have to have a lively conversation with them. Okay, give the demos, make them understand the positives, uniqueness of the product, and all those things and all. You come to the kind of a ground reality level from 5,000 to 1,000, 1,000 to ground level, right? Then, when you become your customer, start your engagement hand off, hand in, everything should be in place, intact with that customer. Okay, so then he's going to become your active customer, active user of consumer, whatever it may be. You should have that closing the deal and having handshake with your customer as well as your own internal departments. And of course, he's going to become a loyal customer when you apply all these flows and the continued engagement with that. He's going to be a prospect for some more products of yours. Any question, clarification, suggestion, or inputs you would like to give from you? Because as I said, no, it is not only that I'm going to share my experience of 32 years in industry. I'm also equally give importance for learning something from you all. Anyone would like to share? Okay. So if not, let's Sorry. This is what one more way of mm, uh, projecting the funnel of your customer acquisition and sales marketing. Okay, this is one more pictorial way, whatever we discussed in the last two slides. Okay, so first is the brand awareness, create a brand awareness, attract that footfalls within you. This is more important. If my memory goes right, uh, in Bengaluru or maybe across India, you might have observed that one when this car Quid launched. No, we used to see big hoardings in some of the highways that a small elephant is going to come on the streets. Okay, so people are used to wonder what is this? They're showing kind of a car kind of a thing. They create some curiosity. Okay, so almost a month we were able to see. After a month, they replaced that hoardings to slightly closer to the car uh, mm, uh, im- impression or imagination, kind of artwork of the car, and also the company name has come at the top. Okay, and after 1 month, they release it real name of that car, that Quid version. Okay, and really that is uh, mini elephant in the low cost car. And in at least Bangalore, I'm able to witness that a huge sales is taken place in that time, almost close to 12 or 15, 12 years back, I believe. Okay, this is where that kind of creating that curiosity, brand awareness, model awareness, something like that, keeping the customers on their toes to know what is this, what is this, what is this, attract. Okay, and again, people reacted or videos views impressions, all those things you can count, you can measure the other side. It is not only doing something, which should also measure that other side. Okay, how exactly my effort investment idea is really reaching to the customers. You should always measure. We should not invest anything which we cannot be measure, at least in the initial stages. Everything we should measure. Okay, so then engage. That's what we discussed. Customer acquisition, discussion, and everything takes place. And through your social media, blogging, newsletters, flyers, paper, all those things. And again, measure the other side. How exactly your engagement is happening on the deals, conversion rates, whatever you're saying. Then the sales takes place. And again, here, purchase and sales of items put into the cards. And on the left side, the improvise your sales with respect to the product descriptions, features, service improvement, portfolio, website, shop, SEO, many things you can do. Once the sales started, no, forget about creating the awareness and action. You have to pump more into that sales mood only. Okay, again, some part will be there here in the top, but nevertheless, in the beginning, you are going to invest, say, example, 60% of your energy here. After a period, your 60% energy is going to reduce to 40%. Here, you're going to put that 60% energy. Then the sales, when it's picked up, then your energy required 40% in the sales, 20% engage, and 20% in the brand awareness and attract. Ultimately, that 100%. Okay, that energy, whole of your go-to-market energy should keep on changing the distribution time and again and point to point based on your product sales maturity clicks. Okay, ultimately that is going to come as a purchase. Okay, and you can take the help of many things. Okay, just as only pitches or digital marketing funnel or real feedback in the malls and shopping spaces and all. Okay, any question clarification here? I have another 3 or 4 slides. uh, which next slide is going to give one of the market data, realistic data, which is really informative for us.
Sir, like
Yeah.
you are mentioned about SEO and all thing that how can we compete with big players in that domain? Like they have a huge team and resources to manipulate the searches and update everything.
Yeah, true. Okay. This is very specific question. See, when example Arif is going to place the product for solar base for farmers, which will be used in the field and road, definitely he cannot invest that money, effort, energy what Mahindra and Mahindra is investing. Example, or what TAFE investing. We cannot compete in that investment space, reach space, or that ideation space, or uh, uh, any other space. However, we will be having our own segment of channels, which we can use. Example, big ads in the newspaper, very expensive for us, right? Nevertheless, you can approach some of the digital marketing guys where they will be able to help you that click rate space where some of the ads can go into your Amazon web services place or Google web services place. No, in the non-active hours. Okay, example, these people are going to block their ads in the morning, 8 to 10. Okay, then the evening, some time to some time. You place the slot sometime in between. Lunch hours, generally it is less. Okay, that time you can block it because the price also, the cost also less, and of course you're able to compete in that channel. So again, the competing with the product, service, or marketing, we cannot make like a one-on-one kind of a thing. Okay. Even tomorrow, if I'm going to uh, take a session in one of the engineering college, I cannot compare or I cannot compete to my mentor, who is a great motivation speaker as well as the corporate trainer on a holistically in one shot. Example, I'm telling my own. Similarly, when you're going to have a new product, no, we should see in our own level, our own capabilities, our own capacity, our own investment, our own pocket, how much I can do it. And there are some areas is open for everyone. Need not whether it's Mahindra and Mahindra or TAFE or you. Example, in the I don't know, in the northern part of India, in the southern part of India, in the bus, the public transport, no, backside of the bus, there is a huge space will be there. I think it's a 6 feet by 4 feet, huge ad space will be there. That space is common price, whether it's a Mahindra and Mahindra or TAFE or if also. Use that opportunity, which is the buses which is going to the rural areas, use that space to market. Because it's everyone same. You can compete even Mahindra and TAFE also, right? So there are some platforms which is equal opportunity for everyone. In some platforms, yes, it requires its own investment, energy, type, and competitiveness. Everywhere we cannot compete.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Uh, You're able to get catch my point?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay. So then the next slide is going to give some realistic data. So this is where actually one of the uh, success story, or maybe uh, they given that article which I picked out. If you are able to generate 6,000 leads, it's only percentage. Again, it's not a thumb rule. It's more of one of the study has been done. Okay. If you make that leads 6 lakh, your sales call can be or should be or could be 10,000. This is where you have to eliminate that bad leads, marketing leads and sales leads, the bad data. The leads is including your footfalls. Example, footfall to the lead, lead to MQL to SQL. Then after the SQL, you're going to connect with your prospectus. Okay, it's going to drastically come down to 10,000 in general. Okay. Then in that sense, when you're going to call them, some may able to connect, some may not able to connect. That follow-up can be or could be around 780. This is what marginally 90+% is come down. Okay. Then that conversation which you are going to sell sure shot, if not today, maybe tomorrow, or that prospective is convinced about your product or service. Okay, so that is where the 200 uh, dots here go to touch directly on from the product point of view or service point of view, and it's going to be materialize 90 example. That is your permanent contact or permanent customers. It's going to be recur time and again. Okay, this is again a small story they did in one of the product, which may not be, but nevertheless, the percentage wise, I am able to see two, three examples close to like this. Again, depends on the product. Okay, example, if a new two-wheeler launch, that may not be suit to this one, definitely. Or car launch will not suit to this one. The gap or skip level between the each level is very much close, not so big difference. The lead is 6 lakh means the sales call cannot be 10,000. Maybe that the sales call may be 1 lakh. Okay, depends on the product again. Okay, so pretty cumbersome slide, but still, when I looked into this slide, is more connected to the startup. I thought of picking up this slide as the awareness. One of the very first thing, right? You have to make aware, advertise about your product, and nurturing. So you have to see that you take care of your product, you take care of your marketing team, you take care of your budget, everything you have to nurture in the nice manner and keep close connect and contact with this space. Then the desire. Okay, this is where you really connect with your customer, where your customer is shown the interest, the conversation point. That's where you should have a proper the positive desire to take it forward. Then it's going to be converted into your purchase sales or that may be. Okay, then if the product or service is required further service, definitely you have to give importance for that support service ordering. Here one more thing. So nowadays, sorry, one second. Okay, here one more thing. If you see in a recent years, the loyalty points or loyalty bonus has been increased drastically. If my understanding, you're all maybe in the age group of say 18 to 22, you might have not seen that 25 years back of the business, that time this loyalty was nowhere it was there. No, we never heard about this loyalty points, loyalty bonus, all those things and all. Okay. Very few, one or two example I remember. But today, if you do any product purchase or a platforms, no, you're able to witness that the loyalty points and loyalty uh, uh, mm, bonuses or loyalty credits or loyalty discounts. It will be there as a default. So that if it is there, you should really ensure that one you place that loyalty platform such a way that your customer should feel good for his service, that for his consumption and for his service and for his upsell perspectives also. Okay, he should come further based on this loyalty. I can give my example. Really, find it pretty interesting. Recently, I think the month of May, I have booked a spectacles to my daughter in the lens cart online. Okay, though the shop is maybe 100 meters from my house, I thought, okay, anyhow, I know that power, everything, it is there in from my doctor. I can input that power and everything. I can book in the online. Also, I saw somewhere one of the mailer ad has come. That mailer, yeah, correct. The mailer only triggered this one whole. It says as a SAP employee, you will be getting a loyalty discount of some percentage, 50%, correct. That's what actually curious to me. It says 50% loyalty bonus to you being SAP employee in the month of May first week, I believe. Okay, immediately I thought of utilizing that opportunity. I went into the Lenskart website. I booked the spectacles for my daughter and given all the data of that Hmm. I forget that names and all that degree, power, short sight, long sight, readings, and all those things. I booked the spectacles and is supposed to deliver on Thursday morning. Even today, I remember that one Thursday morning. It's supposed to deliver. We booked on Monday, I believe, or Sunday night, I believe. Okay, the 4 days is a late time. On Thursday, early morning, 7 o'clock, I received SMS that one your spectacles could not able to deliver due to some challenges in the logistics. I said, okay, what to do tomorrow? I may be able to get. And around 12:30 or 1 o'clock afternoon, I received a message from the lens card. Since we could not able to deliver the spectacles to you, we apologize and also we would like to give a loyalty bonus of 50% money back credit to your account. Just see, no, as a SAP employee, I got 50% discount when I booked this order. It was kind of, I think, 1,800 or 2,000 rupees, something, I believe. So I booked for 1,000 rupees. And Thursday morning, since I didn't get, at 1 o'clock, I received a message that one, you're going to get 50% loyalty bonus back. That means 500 rupees I'm going to get back in my credit of loyalty points in that Lenskart account. Okay. And they said your product will be delivered on Saturday morning. Okay. In 24 hours. Or 48 hours, or that maybe. On Saturday morning, that spectacles has been delivered to me. Once I received and I given the feedback and appreciated them and everything, I think next week, after 7 days or something, I'm able to see 500 rupees is credited to in my account. So that means the loyalty, one is the influence the purchase based on that marketing through mailer from SAP employee. Then they also taken care of my customer support, customer concerns, customer success in a better way. They also tagged that loyalty. Since it is not delivered on Thursday morning, I was able to get the 500 rupees credit. And the advocacy, the most important thing, I received at least two calls from the executive, female executive, asking that excuse for the delay, so and so we are going to give it 50% of your cost back to your account. So this is what actually I then realized. And when I went physically to that shop, lens card, okay, near to my house, 100 meters, no, I just appreciated or I say thank you to that store manager. Hey, this is really fantastic service. Though my house is 100 meters from you, I booked in the online. I got this is so and so, so and so, so and so, and I was having a good conversation because I'm a pretty uh, people focused, people centric person. Wherever I go, I always try to talk and make a friend that person, and I also understand about history of him. I try to give my own history to that person. Okay, I'll that become a friendship from there onwards. I understand that the Lenskart business has grown drastically in the last 3 or 4 years, and today I think they are the number two players in India in the one of the segment of the spectacles sales. That's really amazing. So I was able to connect the dots. How exactly my Lenskart experience ensured that when adopting this entire cycle of awareness, nurturing, desire, purchase, support, loyalty, and advocacy. Everything they connected, everything they adopted. And today I'm a satisfied customer to the Lenskart. I can tell you now, I have booked two more glasses in the Lenskart. So my wife reading glass, that 500 rupees, whatever I got it. Again, I was having that 50% discount privilege from SAP employee. Again, it was at 2,000 rupees, 1,000 rupees. In that 1,000 rupees, I paid 500 rupees from my loyalty packet. So again, I end up of buying that spectacles for 500 rupees only, quality spectacles. Then one more spectacles I purchased for myself for the driving purpose. Drive through specs glasses, something they launched. Okay, though I got only 50% discount, not 75% as like two examples. I became a loyal customer to Lenskart because of their experience and connecting the dots of that whole this cycle. Okay, so like this, every product may be possible or not possible. Nevertheless, we should try to see implementing some of these factors into our product customer acquisition strategy. Okay, I would like to just pause here I'm going to drink water. Any inputs or thoughts from your side? Because I've been talking continuously last 96 minutes. Any thoughts or inputs from your side, please? In this lens card example, on this same circle.
Like through loyalty points, they also create a FOMO. Like they give us when we are purchasing anything from product from Flipkart, let's say, they give us the trick of super coins that if we purchase this item for this amount, we would be getting 50 rupees worth super coins. Then after that, even if we do not need them, if they are expiring, we are forced to purchase in a way. Like
Yes.
they are expiring and we have to purchase.
That's called that influencing marketing, right? So
Yes, sir.
is a one way of influencing, other way is compelling. Okay, I understand this strategy or logic. No, when I was working for the Jet Airways as a consultant, how exactly? I think you may be knowing that one Jet Airways, of course, now I don't see you're able to say it is a bankrupt almost 7 or 8 years back. The Jet Airways one of the highest market share in India. Okay, that time until unless that Kingfisher came as a close fight to them. And market leader was always the Air India and Indian Airlines. And in the private segment, Jet was the market leader of 32 or 35% market share. And I was a their production planning consultant in the Bombay office. I used to understand this loyalty program, how diligently, how uh, beautiful, creative way they curated. No, the travelers used to ensure that one they always fly in the Jet Airways. Earn that points. From that points, they can have one more free fly. Okay, it's become a very famous. They are the first people did in this flying points or something. They jet mails. Ah, correct. Jet mails. Yes, I remember that name. Then everybody started. Okay, and of course, before that, international players were having that Lufthansa. They were having that some mails, and one more Blue Airways or something was there. Delta Airways, I think, in the US it was there. But in India, nobody was having. These are the people started first. This loyalty points, and that loyalty points has influenced their fly hours. As I understand, that time, I think this is in 2000. 1 second, 2006, I believe, yeah, 2006 or 2008. Okay, that time this loyalty program influenced their flying hours. Flying hours means that trip of flies. I think 30% close to. It's really amazing. 30% they influence the market in their 32% share in India. That means close to 10% of the flying market share has come through these loyalty points. And when I look into the other side, the flip side of that, no, every trip, what they say, they do the profitability analysis. Okay, unlike we do the profitability analysis, no, for the year, April 1st to March 31st. Okay, or maybe project wise profitability analysis we do. Okay, they were doing the profitability analysis for every trip. Mumbai to Delhi, what is my profitability? So in the profitability analysis, they were always observed that an average of 15 to 18 seats is to go empty. Then this loyalty points ensured filling up that in that 18, 12 to 18, what are the seats? No, 50% loyalty flights. They're not going to lose anything. The same flight, same fuel, everything is same expenses, but six travelers is travel and they're also going to purchase many other things. Okay, and that time this there was no GST. No, they were doing a lot of goof of things in the taxation also. They used to collect the tax of 1,500 rupees, and government I don't know how much they used to pay. In that also they used to make money, some money. Because I was the consultant in JTRS, I just able to understand these are the few high levels. So this is where that loyalty is really influences to have that influence marketing or maybe compile kind of a marketing consumption. Okay, good. Almost we are close to the time, I believe. If I'm not wrong, what is the time? Oh, we have only another 5, 6 minutes. Okay, so last slide, I believe. Yeah, last two slides. Quickly, I can go. Okay. Um, this is again for the startup space. So please, again, I'm not really detailed undergone this slide, especially because I added this slide in the last minute. Okay, especially for the startup, I just looked into that in the slide I picked up. Again, this cycle also, if you look into the 6 points, no identification of the ideal customers, define the goals, choose customer acquisition channels. Which channel is suitable for what kind of a product, what kind of a segment of customers, and unique strategy for each channel. Each channel should have a unique strategy. That's emailer, no? It's my eyes are open up, no, because I received that email. He would have had one flyer in somewhere in the lens cart shop, but I've not yet seen. Because I'm a techie guy, I was working in SAP. That email is attracted me. Then I went to become a loyal customer to the lens cart. Example. Okay, each channel will be having its own pros and cons and its own influencing factors. Communication with the customers and strategy improvement and measurements. Okay, this is again uh, the definitions are going to make you understand what exactly each mean, and we have discussed in the last previous couple of slides. Okay, so let me go to the last slide. Though it is not directly relevant to customer acquisition, I want to make it as a follow wheel or flow wheel, whatever you can call it. How exactly these three things are connected for your further customer acquisition or penetration. Okay, this already we gone through the customer acquisition, make a proper planning, strategy, marketing, promotion, then do the sales. Okay, that is not the end of your cycle or your business goal or plan. Okay, you should ensure that one that is connected, the sales is connected with the customer satisfaction. That's what that feedback mechanism, loyalty points, and uh, how quickly you're able to respond to your customer grievances, calls, and many things is going to come into the picture. Ensure that one, the customer satisfaction is the extent to which your product or service meets customer expectations. What customer expects, you should have that one. The biggest example, what I quoted you in the beginning itself, even though Ashok Leyland trucks are worthwhile for a fleet operators, because they were not having the proper customer service and showroom service centers in India, they could not able to capture the market where Tata has enjoyed that market. Okay, because these two exams are very different. The ambassador premier Padmini in Maruti car, that time that logic framework is very different, and the Tata and Ashok Leyland is uh, the framework is very different. Okay, that's why always I try to give that example over the customer satisfaction, customer outreach space. Then the last one, ensure the same customer retention. Okay, the beautiful thing is the now that captive brands. Example, if you look into today in the when the Big Bazaar was there, we were able to see 92 or 90% is a uh, third party brands. Okay, whether it's a HUL or Colgate Palmolive, whoever it may be, only 8 to 10% of their own brand. We used to say, see in the Big Bazaar. Today, if you go to that Reliance Bazaar, you are able to see close to 25% is a Reliance own brand items. 75% is other. That means when we're going to, we end up of buying few more products of the Reliance products. What are the reason? Cost reason, or maybe something marketing gimmicks or loyalty points, whatever it may be. Okay, so we should retain the customer, we should expand the customer, we should upsell that same customers, ensure that when customers are going to come back to us. Okay, so customer retention is a measurement that shows how many customers are staying with you for long term. Because again, is a customer, your mobile number is a customer there. Okay, so that's what I just wanted to touch base here. Okay, so this is my last slide. Okay, I let me come back to our screen. Sorry. Sorry, today I'm really excuse, apology. No, I don't know. From yesterday morning, my voice really gone. What are the reason I ate? I think something which I not usually don't eat outside, some oily food. Okay, I thought of ending up using the headphones also in between. I cough multiple times. Any questions further? Like to know?
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
And so, like, should a company start marketing or lead generation while some of its core features of the products are ready, like it's half developed, or um, some premium features are being developed at that time, or it should only start after full robust product is developed?
Okay, good point. See, in the ideation phase, definitely you will be having how exactly your product is going to be look like, how this product is unique from other product or add-on features, right? And you will be having a digital prototype of that product. Okay, so once your product development comes to a kind of a 60 plus percentage of the product development, no, you're confidently you're able to start making the awareness, okay, of your design, because when 60% is completed you will be having that the life cycle time taken and the investment of all the features whichever you designed is going to come to your product, all those things you're confirm that one is going to be available to you. Okay, so that means by the time you confidently you can start making that awareness of your product 100% of the features by showing the digital product image or whatever it may be, or a prototype, whatever you call it as, I don't know, depends on the product type. Need not necessary to wait till the end of the product manufacturing. Again, this is depends on the product to product. So Abu, your product is more into kind of a cash flow management, right? So in this case, definitely we'll be having a prototype, right? With the screenshots, all those things you can always able to share with your customers. Whereas the Shivam example, Shivam is not there today, right? Yeah, Shubham is there, Shivam is not there. That drones, okay, that fully product only you're able to go and show demonstration with the army people. You cannot make them हवा में नहीं बोल सकते उन लोगों के साथ. Okay, each product depends. Nevertheless, it's no hard and fast rule. In between, you should start your marketing or at the end, depends on your product and depends on your confidence of the product is going to be materialize as you designed or as you idea, your idea. As per. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Thanks for points.
Okay. Anyone?
Thank you,
Yeah.
sir. No questions.
Good. So once again, uh, I would like to say thanks to NASCOM Foundation, especially Akhilesh and Priyanka, who is involved, and also my good friend of mm, your CTO, Thakur. Okay, Vishal Thakur. Sorry. Uh, Given this opportunity to connect in a virtual space, because normally I am a person of going the in-person faculty for the institutions. Okay, so first time I also tried this model of making the virtual presentation. Though the content is huge, I try to justify the best possible way, giving some of the examples. Okay, and also thanks to all of you who were able to have a very lively conversation with me, and I hope I did the justice for these sessions, which is going to be useful to you. And as I said, always you can connect with me through Akhilesh any point of time. Okay, whatever I learned in this 32 years, I'm able to share with you all. And I'm also
Thank you
looking
so much,
feedback
Rajesh.
from you all.
Thank you so much, Rajesh, for sharing the valuable insights on sales and customer acquisition. I hope solution something very knowledge.
Thanks everyone, and have a great evening, good night, and also happy Diwali, which is going to come next week,
Same here,
which is a,
Rajesh.
it is a, festival of lights, and whole India is going to be celebrate that whatever the corner. So wish you a happy Deepavali and have a wonderful life, and wish you all the very best in your own uh, startups or business ideas, whatever you have in your mind for your career and future. All the very best. Thank you. Have a great day. Take
Thank
care. Bye bye.
thank you so much, Rajesh. Thank you.
Thank you so